Well, for the Tufts Jumbos 2019 season, the women's basketball team ended with a lot of question marks, falling in the Sweet 16 with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic. But this season, it's been nothing but exclamation points, and they'll try to add another one here as they look for their 4th straight victory against Transylvania University here in Cousins Gymnasium. Thank you for joining us here on our JumboCast coverage of NCAA women's basketball. I'm Andrew Howe, joined alongside Scott Blatt, and as we said, here in Medford, Massachusetts for a very stunning regular season matchup between Tufts and Transylvania. Both teams are ranked in the top 25, but Scott, these are two teams that we don't normally see face off against each other, so a lot of question marks headed into this game in terms of how powerful these teams really are.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the 2019-2020 season ended with a novel pandemic, and now we stand with a novel game. These two teams have never played each other before, and in fact, they've almost never played each other's conference opponents either. These are teams unfamiliar with each other, teams that we're personally unfamiliar with. So what we can look to is what they've done this season. And right now, both teams are coming off extremely different wins. Both wins, but extremely different wins. What do I mean by that? Well, for the Pioneers, they won by 57 points. That's right, 57 points in a 103-46 victory on Friday night against Eastern Nazarene. The Jumbos are coming off a slightly different victory. They eked it out yesterday against the Judges by a score of 71-67. So both coming off wins, both undefeated teams, but coming off very different wins. It's going to be interesting to see how those different victories and how their previous results impact the way they play this game.
Transylvania Pioneers coming out of Lexington, Kentucky. Members of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference have won that conference 3 consecutive times, coming in trying to make that a 4th this season. And as you said, Scott, a lot of the opponents that they face in the conference are not necessarily as strong as a team like the Jumbos, currently ranked number 2 in the Division III Hoops national poll. Transylvania is still at rank 21, but as we head towards the starting lineups here, still really not sure because the Jumbos, coming off of a close win against Brandeis, they showed a little bit of struggles here, but for Transylvania, it's just been nothing but success.
Yeah, what you really need to look for is that first quarter, how it's going to start off. Transylvania opened up an incredible lead against Eastern Nazarene. I believe they scored 31 points in that first quarter, whereas the Jumbos went down by 15 in the first quarter of their last game. It's going to be really interesting to see who's able to get the advantage. You'd think it favors Eastern Nazarene, but again, the Jumbos have faced tougher opponents. We'll see what happens.
About to get underway here. Daisha Thornton wins the tip for the Pioneers. And Madison Kellyan, one of the stars for this roster, will open up with the ball up front. To the inside, it's Ball. Up to Thornton, fumbles it a little bit, back out. Kennedy Stacy looking to make a move here. Guarded by Poindexter McCann. Stacy to the middle, ball again. 6 on the shot clock. Goes with the turnaround layup, misses, recovered by Russell. Callie O'Brien will take the ball up for the Jumbos on this opening possession. Russell kicks out, Poindexter McCann going for 3, rims out as it's recovered by Thornton. As we mentioned earlier, Transylvania really good from the outside. Try to get some early momentum here in the middle. Kellyan drives forward, guarded up front by O'Brien. Not to travel, called by Kennedy Stacy. Just underway here in Cousins. O'Brien to right to start off. In the middle, it's Russell. We'll try from mid-range. Rimming out, recovered by Stacy. Stacy tries to look for a pass inside to Ball, but Russell will pick it up. Jumbo's working with numbers here in the transition. Kick out. Molly Ryan for 3. Off the mark. Out of bounds, and it's going the other way. Madison Kellyan, 22 points on average on the season. Had 7 threes against Eastern Nazarene in their last game. Kennedy Harris gets tipped up, and nice defensive play by O'Brien. Poindexter McCann with the 3. It is good. First score of the game goes to Aaron Poindexter McCann, and a quick timeout called by Julie Fultz. Jumbos find themselves up by 3 to start this game off. Welcome back, everybody, to Cousins Gymnasium. We apologize for some of the technical issues that are happening on the stream right now. Seems to be an issue with one of our cameras working. Try to get you through the action as fast and as efficiently as possible here. Score is now 3-0 in favor of the Jumbos. The travel violation against Maggie Russell will send the ball the other way. Kellyanne with the ball up front. Looks to Stacy. Stacy in the middle. From about 10 feet out, will knock down the UZ2. Turnaround jump shot for Kennedy Stacy, the junior. Tufts trying to answer right back. On the inside, it's Maggie Russell. Once again called for a travel violation on that right side block. Bunch of turnovers so far in this game, a bit of a sloppy opening as both teams will try to get themselves back on their feet. 7:06 on the clock here. Tufts find themselves up 3-2 against the Transylvania Pioneers. As a foul is called on Callie O'Brien on the Transylvania side, they'll regain possession. Daisha Thornton will inbound the ball.
No scoreboard on screen, so just keep, but they have game code. So just keep updating score, like telling people.
Stacy looks for the inside off the offensive rebound and brings it home. Kennedy Stacy with 4 early points on in this one.
Just want to say we apologize for the technical issues. We believe that we've been able to fix the main feed that might cause some issues with the scoreboard, but we'll do our best to keep you updated. Make sure you guys have the updated score.
Sophia Rosa tries for a jump shot. Quick offensive rebound there by Erin Poindexter McCann. We'll try again. The feed inside to Rosa was interrupted, but a foul called. That'll be Lakin Ball with the personal. Once again, 6:34 left on the clock here in Cousins. Transylvania finds themselves up 4-3 in this first quarter. Some quick substitutions for the Jumbos. We see Angela Alabrandi enter the game alongside Annika Decker. Poindexter McCann looks to drive it along the baseline, kicks it out. Decker swings it. Ryan to Rosa, who will try from the mid-range and knock it down.
2 straight opportunities. We saw Rosa get that opportunity down low. It's the way clearly the Jumbos are dissecting the defense, targeting the baseline down there. We'll see if that continues.
They're putting Decker on Kellyanne. And a good matchup here so far as the ball is tipped. But it's fouled, but it's going to go the other way. Rosa sets up her feet and will get the charge call.
Great play by Rosa. And, you know, sometimes they get kind of the larger forwards, the centers can be at a bit of a disadvantage when you have a smaller guard driving on you because the assumption is, well, how can someone fall down when they're that much taller? But Rosa does a good job getting position, makes it really easy for the official to make that call.
5:45 left in the first quarter, 5-4 Jumbos.
We can see how the Jumbos are trying to attack this 2-3 zone. They're trying to get that pass right down the middle, but this time it didn't work.
Stacy was looking for a break opportunity, but instead will take it up a bit slower. Guarded up front. Kick it out to Harris. Ball from the top of the key. She'll try a 3. Rimming out, rebounded by Thornton. 3 Jumbos in the inside, but a foul called.
What do we see? The Pioneers shooting 3s, even if it's a contested 3. What you do want to see, and this is a story from last game, where the Pioneers outscored Eastern Nazarene 30-6 on second chance points. Even when they were missing, which was few and far between, they were getting their own rebounds and putting it back.
Daisha Thornton, the junior forward. 12.5 points, 8.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists so far to start off the season. Was a primary forward off the bench last year, but this year has earned herself a starting role. As she'll miss both free throws. Rebound fought for, but recovered there. Decker will take it up, looking to kick out. Poindexter McCann, rimming out on a 3. Stacy with the rebound.
That was a good job by the Jumbos. Couldn't tell who, but someone in the Pioneers was late on their rotation. They weren't back in time. Jumbo's good job. They couldn't hit the shot.
Kellyanne's been quiet so far this game. Going to drive on the left side, laying up and out. Alabrandi with the hard-fought rebound, but a loose ball foul. Madison Kellyanne not having the strongest start to this game is something you typically see on this Pioneer offense.
But you do see why she has the potential to have that strong start, because that was an incredible move down there to get straight to the basket. She just wasn't able to finish the layup. And then, unfortunately, for the Pioneers, picked up the foul. But you can see the moves. It's all about that execution. If she can get that, then she's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this game.
Maggie Russell has re-entered the game for the Jumbos, replacing Sophia Rosa. We'll get a first touch here. Kick out. Swinging around. Ryan back to Poindexter McCann. Into the middle goes Alabrandi. Finds the open woman. That's Maggie Russell for 2.
That's how you beat the 2-3 zone, right? It's those fast passes. Doesn't have to be cross court. Just has to be enough to get over the defender's head and get them out of rotation. Exactly what the Jumbos did just there.
Deep 3 there. Kelly Young will knock it down. We know she can do that.
And when you're shooting 53% from the three-point line, you can't let her do that. Can't go under on the screen there.
Again, had 7 against Eastern Nazarene just a couple of days ago.
Good fake.
Decker looks a bit trapped. Kick it out to Ryan. 18 on the shot clock. Inside Russell, back out to Ryan. She'll try a 3 of her own and enter right back. Tres puntos for Molly Ryan.
Well, I mean, if you told me that this game could come down to a shootout between Molly Ryan and Madison Kellyone, I'd say no surprise there, because those are 2 dynamite shooters and they could trade buckets all day.
Ryan had a quieter night yesterday against Brandeis, but was still a very positive factor on both ends of the floor. Stacy looking over. It's Kellyanne again with the ball. Over to Harris, guarded by Ryan. 8 on the shot clock. Stacy's got to make a move. Look to the inside, turn it around. Looks for a ball, but just a bit too fast will zip out of her hands.
Already a slight adjustment by the Jumbos. Instead of going completely under the screen and leaving the shooter unguarded, if they go under the screen, they're now having the secondary defender, whoever's defending the screen setter, popping up a bit to take away that shot. I think that threw Transylvania off there, and they weren't able to recover from it.
3.5 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Tufts find themselves up 3. The score is 10-7. Maggie Russell, quick 2 dribbles and a shot from the free throw line is good. Russell with 16 points and 11 rebounds against Brandeis yesterday. Had a monster opener with 27 and 18 against Vassar. Very strong offensive option. Kellyanne with the cut to the inside will pick up the layup.
It's so hard to guard that when you know she's such a good shooter. You can't give her any space out there, and then if she can make those quick cuts, get a step of separation. Jumbos are late to rotate. It's an easy bucket.
Alabrandi gets an open look and will knock it down for 2.
Jumbos clearly watched their film. They knew that Transylvania would come out in a 2-3, and they've looked ready for it. These quick passes, really efficient, not letting Transylvania get set in that rotation.
14-9 in favor of Tufts. Kennedy Harris once again finds Kelly on same time, same place, same result for the Pioneers.
And just like the Jumbos, clearly the Pioneers did their film as well. That's the same exact play twice in a row like you mentioned, and it worked to the perfection both times.
Foul called on the inside. It's going to be Daisha Thornton with the personal. Another substitution here for the Tufts Jumbos. Kaylin O'Boyle entering the game. First playing time of the season here for the freshman forward. 2:18 left to go in the first. Alabrandi fakes, takes 1 dribble, pulls up, rimming out as the ball is rebounded there by the center, Grace Bringard. 14-11 in favor of the Jumbos. Kennedy Stacy will try from the outside, and just rimming out. Nice rebound inside by Alabrandi. O'Brien's looking to work. Pulls up from the free throw line.
Great recognition by O'Brien, knowing the Jumbos had an extra woman there on a 3-2 transition. Saw the defender sagging back, took the easy shot.
Callie O'Brien with a great game yesterday against Brandeis. She scored 26, including the game-winning 3 at the end of the game. Ball on the inside is picked off there. It'll be Decker who picks up the steal. O'Brien to Ryan. On the inside, Alabrandi with a strong move on the post.
Alabrandi's been key to the Jumbos' offense. She's been good to facilitating, and then she's been really good offensively, hitting her shots and making good moves down low. It's going to be hard for the Pioneers to adjust when you know you can't. You got to respect her shot and respect her offensive ability at all times.
Transylvania facing their first point of adversity so far this season on the inside. Bringard is going to get blocked up there by O'Boyle. And now kick out. 1 minute left to go here in the first. Tufts find themselves up 7. It's 18-11. Ryan again. Looking the inside. O'Boyle looks for the strong move. No foul called. The ball sails out of bounds. It's staying right here.
Like we talked about, a key theme or a key concern was how are the Tufts Jumbos going to start off against the Pioneers team, which is used to having exceptional starts. So far, so good. 18-11, just under a minute to play.
Looks straight to the middle. Sophia Rosa, who's just re-entered the game, will get a foul called. Grace Bringard will pick up the personal. And with 47.7 seconds left on the clock, Sophia Rosa will head to the line to shoot 2.
That's a great find, even in a 2-3, even on the out of bounds. The middle is often open. If you can find that passing lane, we were able to find it. Rosa and took the contact. Oh, she'll go to the line for 2.
First free throw is good for Sophia Rosa. The senior was a quality bench player for her entire career. So far this season, putting up 9 points and 2.5 rebounds a game. Some new subs for both of the teams. Colby Shea will re-enter the game for the Tufts Jumbos alongside Erin Poindexter McCann. .43 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Kellyanne passes it over to Samantha Corneliuson, who has just re-entered the game. Swings it right over, and Thorne's going to get called for travel.
Every level of college, every level of basketball, that play is a point of emphasis. That initial step from the hot three-point line. Players get too anxious, they get overexcited, they take that extra step before putting the ball down. It gets called all the time.
Jumbos will look to probably hold for one here. Poindexter McCann out to Shea. Drive to the inside. Russell over to Rosa, just a bit too hard. And Ball will recover it.
It's a good idea by Russell, but exactly like you said, can't throw that fast of a pass out there, especially in traffic. Rosa just couldn't handle it. Not much she can do when it's coming at you that fast.
Kellyanne and the Pioneers looking to cut the lead as they end this first quarter. Thornton driving to the inside. Nice layup with the right hand.
Really good execution. They kind of caught the Jumbos, especially Rosa flat-footed there. It's a good move. And it'll give them close that lead just a bit as we head to the end of the first.
As we end the first quarter here in Cousins Gymnasium, the Tufts Jumbos find themselves up by 7. Scores 23, Tufts 13, Transylvania. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with some more NCAA action here on JumboCast. Welcome back here to Cousins Gymnasium here in Medford, Massachusetts. The Tufts Jumbos find themselves up 20-13 over the Transylvania Pioneers as we head into the second quarter of action. I'm Andrew Howe, joined alongside Scott Blatt, here to take you through. We once again apologize for some of the scoreboard errors on the screen right now. We'll make sure to keep updating you on what the score is, how much time is left. But right now, Scott, it's been all Jumbos so far in the first.
Yeah, really good defense. That's the most important thing. We didn't know if this Transylvania team, frankly, could be stopped. When you score 103 points in any game, that's really impressive. But the Tufts have done an incredible job keeping them at 13 through the first quarter. They'll take that any day of the week.
Transylvania with the first possession of the second. Stacy driving to the inside. The Euro rims in. Kennedy Stacy with a nice move.
What a great move. Recognizing that Rosa was going to take away the initial shot. She knew that and made a great Euro step like you mentioned. What a finish.
20-15 in favor of the Jumbos. Shea to Rosa. Back out to Russell on the inside. Looks to kick it out again. Ball was tipped there by Stacy. A reset here for the Jumbos. Shea looking around. Finds Russell again. Poindexter McCann with 7 to shoot. Takes one dribble, takes the mid-range, and takes the 2 points.
Well, something the Pioneers really need to address is who's making up when their initial defender gets beat. Right now, no one's rotating past, and that's leaving the middle of the court. It's leaving mid-range wide open. The Jumbos have at least 3 or 4 buckets on that now.
Kellyanne looks to drive in. Russell tried to get up with both of those hands straight up. But the foul is going to be called, and Madison Kellyanne will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, as a forward, you're always in a difficult spot there because even if you feel like you go straight up with your arms, especially when you have a smaller attacker on you, they're just going to launch right into you, and it's really hard to stay vertical and kind of get away with that.
Kellyanne with 7 points on the day. Look to take her first trip to the free throw line. Shooting around 63% from the line so far. Kellyanne goes 1 for 1, 1 for 2.
So one thing the Jumbos should have the advantage, and especially when Rosa's out there, is height. They should be able to crash the boards and on your typical, more traditional box-out plays. They should have the advantage both offensively and defensively.
Russell, kick out to Poindexter McCann. And it's good. Aaron Poindexter McCann has been a very, very key addition to the Jumbos after missing the first couple of games of the season.
Unbelievable passing that confused Harris. She didn't know where that was going. It left Poindexter McCann wide open. Great shot.
Kellyanne trapped on the inside. Will look to just go straight up. Just barely misses, but she'll get her own rebound. Guarded here by Molly Ryan. Look to turn it around, and the whistle blows.
Oh.
Ooh.
Hope everyone's okay down there. Looks like they are.
Foul called against Molly Ryan, and Kellyanne will once again make her way back to the stripe.
Something you really love about when your top player is low and that's also hustling, also going for the boards like that. That's a board she easily could have given up on. She didn't, and now she gets 2 free throws because of her effort.
8 minutes, 18 seconds left to go in this second quarter. The Jumbos find themselves up by 8. Score is currently 25-17. Kellyanne will knock down both. 7-point lead here for the Jumbos.
Molly Ryan not thrilled about that last call. She's been talking to the ref since the foul. That's a travel, yeah.
Poindexter McCann looked to push the pace just a little bit too much.
I think she was looking for an outlet somewhere in the top right corner, but didn't find one and then took that extra step because she kind of got unsure halfway up, got called there.
Kellyanne once again looking to drive to the inside. That time, no free throws even necessary as the layup goes.
You just see how dynamic she is. I mean, she's a great shooter, we know that, but she's getting most of her points so far this game inside, and that's really impressive, especially at the height disadvantage.
Pioneers once again now looking to try and pressure full court on defense. Try to add a little bit more mix-ups here for the Jumbos. Molly Ryan for 3 will rim out. Maggie Russell with the rebound, and she'll put it right back up, rimming out, rebounded by Ball. 7:30 left to go here in the second. Jumbos up 25-20. Kellyanne looking to drive. Molly Ryan picks up the charge, and the ball is going to go the other way.
Yeah, it looks like they got Kellyanne for extending her arm, creating contact, kind of a bit of a push-off. Good job by Molly Ryan. Again, like we said, Kellyanne's the one making hustle plays on the offensive rebounding end, but Molly Ryan, too, has been really, really good for the Jumbos, staying with Kellyanne defensively, doing her best to limit a dynamic offensive player.
Decker in, Shea out. Russell on the inside, turn around, fade away.
Looked like she got hit on the arm there. I think they might have missed a call.
Good defense there by Lake and Ball as the Pioneers will look to cut the lead again. Kennedy Stacy looking to drive, and another foul called. I believe it was Russell and Decker who contributed to that.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to get... It looks like they're going to get Russell. Probably on the swipe through. It's kind of a trap play for all forwards, is that you see the ball sitting there as the offensive player goes up, but you get caught on the swipe through because you're just a little too late. You end up with arm, and you end up with 2 shots.
Stacy knocks both free throws down. Now 8 points on the day for her.
As you can see, like you mentioned, the full court press, it's clearly a point of emphasis after the first quarter by the Pioneers coaching staff to say that the Bows are getting too comfortable. They're getting in their sets really easily. We need to make it harder for them.
Molly Ryan with the ball, guarded by Corneliuson. Tufts looking for something here. Kick out. Decker with the drive. The right-hand floater will miss, but she picks up her own board. Kick out. Molly Ryan wide open. Unable to connect on that one. Rebounded by Thornton. Lob up by Stacy, and ball was not able to pick that one up. It sails out of bounds. Jumbos get the ball right back.
Bows have slowed down offensively, and it's because of the renewed effort by the Pioneers. You can see they're playing much more aggressive. We said in the first quarter, part of their issue was they weren't great on rotations. That when the initial defender got beat, there was no one to pick the ball handler up. That's not really true anymore. You can see everyone swarms the ball right now, making it a lot harder for easy passes to get off.
Molly Ryan looks to the middle again. Alibrandi, who's re-entered the game, will go for the shot. A foul called away from the ball, as it looks like Stacy and Rosa both took a tumble.
I think they're going to get Stacy. Looks like the coaching staff wanted maybe more of a, good job by the Jumbos. Pioneers didn't look set. I mean, neither were we on the mic, but good awareness by the Jumbos.
Yeah, it looked like Transylvania was still trying to reason with the referees about a certain foul call that was there against Lake and Ball. And it looks like the Jumbos and Sophia Rosa ended up taking advantage there.
Rosa 2 for 2 from the line. Obviously, whenever your forwards, your centers can shoot high percentage from the line, it makes such a harder team to stop, because you know that even if they get fouled, they go to the line, you can get some surefire points there.
Rosa, an 80% free throw shooter in her first 2 seasons. Started off this year at 4 for 9, but looking to try and equalize that average a little bit here today. And Scott, I'd say 3 for 3 to start off your game today. It's a pretty good way of getting the average up a little bit more.
Absolutely, especially small sample size, it'll go up real fast. They've all looked really clean. Rosa looks locked in offensively.
Rosa is 4 for 4 from the line, has 6 points so far today. Pioneers looking to answer right back. Stacy handling the ball, gives it up. Kennedy Harris had a great game against Eastern Nazarene. Will look to pull up from mid-range and knock the shot down.
That's just a good shot. I mean, Rosa did a good job rotating there, but she's a split second late, but also there's not much you can do there when you get around the first defender like that. Just a good shot.
Rosa kicks it out. Decker looking to swing. O'Brien to the inside. Alibrandi finds Molly Ryan. Her shot from 3 is good.
Great passing. Great passing to identify the open woman in the corner. You had one player on 2 perimeter shooters. That's not going to fly. Tufts makes them pay.
5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Tufts find themselves up 30-24 as Kennedy Harris will knock down the shot from mid-range. O'Brien looking to work. The runner will not go. Good fight for the rebound by Rosa. And Kennedy Stacy takes a tumble there on the floor. They're going to call a foul against Callie O'Brien.
Yeah, I think it was inadvertent, but it looks like O'Brien tripped her. I don't think there's anything malicious there, and of course you hope Stacy's going to be okay. Looks like she's no worse for the wear.
Kelly on re-entering the game here for Transylvania, and for the first time this game, Samantha Sousa will come on. Sousa put up very good numbers in the last 3 games for the Jumbos, averaging about 4 points and 3 rebounds for the team.
And paired with Sophia Rosa out there, a lot of height for the Jumbos. You really want to see them crash the boards and dominate the offensive rebounding and defensive rebounding, of course, categories right now.
Kellyan driving, passes it over to Harris. Harris looking, finds Grace Bringard, who will shoot from the elbow, rimming out. Fight for the rebound is picked up again by Grace Bringard, and she'll get that shot in. Grace Bringard listed as 6'2". Very, very big presence here for the Pioneers on the inside. Alibrandi with the 3. No good. Ball with the rebound.
The first time in a while, Pioneers have a chance to tie or take the lead.
Samantha Corneliuson.
That's the problem with this team. They have such high-powered offensive ability that if you give them any hope, they can close the gap before you even know it. And that's exactly what they've done.
Corneliuson with 15 shots in the air. All have been from long range. The shot from Decker hits the side of the backboard. And now Transylvania will try and extend their lead for the first time this game. Corneliuson with the ball. Look to drive to the inside. Kick.
That's a charge. Oh, yes.
And there will be a foul called against Corneliuson there.
Sorry, I thought the referee had made a blocking motion at first. But yeah, second charge, I believe, of the game for Rosa. Really good job. Really good position. Sometimes the Pioneers have been able to get around that with that Euro step. But that's usually been the smaller guards, much more agile. Good recognition by Rosa. The Jumbos will take the ball back.
Whistle blows.
Shot clock. I don't believe the shot clock started reading 30 right now.
Once again, now 3.5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Transylvania now has the lead over the Tufts Jumbos, 31-30. Very close game so far against two nationally ranked teams.
We'll reset the shot clock. 2:28 here.
Entering the game is Caitlin O'Boyle for Tufts.
It's an interesting way they're running that press. Is that it's basically 2-3, but the two on the 2-3 are basically going all the way out.
Alibrandi with the turnaround is no good. Rebounded by Sousa, but the ball is tipped out of her hands and recovered by the Pioneers, who are now looking to make a break. Kelleon drives
foul,
and
yeah.
is fouled. Kelleon will head to the line once
Kelleon
again.
is just so shifty out there that when you have good defensive position, she can all of a sudden render your position useless. She makes a really quick step there. All of a sudden, you're out of position. And unfortunately, I think Poindexter Mahan picks that up.
Kelleon knocks down the first free throw, now has 13 points on the day. Shooting 53% from the three-point line this season, as she knocks down both.
And look, if you're trying to diagnose the problem for the Jumbos right now, it's not necessarily offense. It's slowed down a bit, but it's more so a product of them being a little colder. But it's defense right now. Can't give up 19 points in 7 minutes and expect to be in the game.
Sousa kicks back. Poindexter McCann on the inside. O'Boyle. They're going to call a foul. Lakenball will pick up the foul, and now with the Tufts Jumbos in the bonus, it'll be Caitlin O'Boyle headed to the line to try and score her first points of her NCAA career.
Ooh.
And once again, Scott, for Transylvania, this is, their first real tough opponent, it seems, of this game, as O'Boyle misses both.
Yeah.
They're going to call that the other way. But it seems like Transylvania is really capable of facing up against some of these top-tier opponents.
Yeah, I mean, they've been a top-tier team for years now. I mean, we know that they've been consistently ranked. Of course, the Jumbos have too, and generally the Jumbos have had a higher seed. But Transylvania's been up there each and every year. They know what it's. We saw some of the rust maybe in the first quarter. They came in a little slower, but they're really finding their groove right now, even against a much better Jumbos team than their previous opponents.
Lakenball misses the first free throw, has 5 boards already in this first half. Once again, score is 33-30 in favor of Transylvania with 2:47 left to go in the second quarter.
Rosa's getting a lot of playing time here. That was a pretty abbreviated rest for her, maybe a minute or two. Really trying to run the offense through her, and I think they really do believe that she's the key to breaking apart that zone. As you can see, now it's actually kind of a 2-2-1 full court press.
They'll look to break it here. So really, the Jumbos really have to put in a lot of effort to even get across the half-court line in time.
And that's the goal, just get them out of their rhythm.
Alibrandi from the baseline will knock down a 2.
When Alibrandi was hitting her shots early in that first quarter, the Jumbos offense was at its peak. If they can once again find that, then they have a really good chance to reclaim some of the momentum in this game.
Lead back to 2 here for the Pioneers. Ball for 3, rimming out. Corneliuson and Ryan are fighting for the rebound. That's going to be a jump ball. The ball will go the other way with the possession arrow going towards the Jumbos.
Good effort by Molly Ryan. At the same time, not a great job overall by the Jumbos. They kind of let the ball roll out there. Not a hard crash there, and you need to see that. Obviously, the Jumbos will get bailed out by the fact that they have the possession. But unfortunately, that could have got a lot worse had they not had the possession.
Freshman Emily Teal entering the game for the Pioneers. As ball will get a breather. And it looks like now Transylvania will just set back to their half-court defense, I apologize. 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Colby Shea re-entering the game. Back out to Ryan. Jumbo swinging it nicely on the interior. It's Rosa going for the post move. Turnaround, no good. It's rebounded by Kelly Young. Corneliuson with the pump fake. Maybe look to try again. Bring her to Harris. Kellyanne with 11 to shoot. Foul is called, and it looks like it's going the other way.
Pioneers is the third time that they've gotten bitten by the offensive fouls. That's the first time it's been off the ball, but still, you don't want to see that if you're the Pioneers. They have such offensive ability. They should be able to create opportunities without doing that extra push-off, without doing that extra contact. Something to clean up come halftime.
Shea. We're going to push the pace here. Poindexter McCann to Rosa on the inside. Guarded by 2 Pioneers, rimming out. Rebounded, almost collected by Olabrandi, but Kellyanne will go the other way. Ball is tipped, but right into the hands of Emily Teal. Unfortunately, nobody else was there to try and recover that ball. Now the Jumbos will look to push the pace. Ryan looking to drive. Floater. Just off the mark. Jumbo's offense has gone a bit cold here in the second quarter, and Transylvania will try to extend their lead again up by 2. Score is 34 to 32. Kellyanne with a deep 3, rimming just out. Rebounded by Rosa, and a loose ball foul.
Not exactly, again, what you need for the Pioneers. Fouls on this end, especially now in loose ball fouls. Those are going to be points probably, as the Jumbos are in the bonus. Those are 2 points that the Jumbos have been hard to come by. 4 Tufts in this quarter. Now you're going to give them, unfortunately, for the Pioneers, 2 free opportunities at the charity stripe.
Very well-balanced attack here so far this game for the Jumbos. No player has entered double figures, but there's currently 4 players that are above 5. On the other side for Transylvania, Kellyanne with 14 points, Kennedy Stacy with 10. As Daisha Thornton and Lakin Ball will re-enter the game. Rosa goes 1 for 2. 41.5 seconds left to go in this first half. The Jumbos find themselves down 1 against the Transylvania Pioneers. Kellyanne bringing the ball up. Guarded up front by Ryan. Thornton not a threat from there, but ball is inside. 2 dribbles and a powerful move just off the mark. Now Jumbo's looking to push.
Have the numbers. But they'll opt for the last shot. Or not, because that's wide open.
Colby Shea will try a 3 off the mark. Rosa with the strong offensive board will pick it up from the left side. 6 seconds left to go here in the first half. Kellyanne looking to go for a drive, get right through, right past 2 Jumbo defenders, and that's how the first half will end. At the end of 20 minutes here in Cousins Gymnasium, the Transylvania Pioneers find themselves up 36 to 35 over the number 2 ranked Tufts Jumbos. Scott, a very exciting back and forth half so far. Looked like the first quarter was very Jumbo oriented, and the second was really more towards the Pioneers.
Which is actually kind of what I expected, except in the opposite. I think I given the previous starts the Jumbos and Pioneers had respectively, I kind of expected the Pioneers to come out shooting the lights out, the Jumbos to finally start their rhythm. But it was really the opposite, where the Jumbos came out shooting the lights out. Molly Ryan hitting some threes, O'Brien playing key as well. And then what happened is the Jumbos kind of got out of sync. It was a good defensive alteration by the Pioneers to start putting more pressure on the ball, putting that full court press on. The Jumbos really got out of the rhythm, and the Pioneers took advantage. And we have a really close game. I think this outcome is what we did expect. Yeah. That would be back and forth, and there'd be a lot of points.
Very close game so far here in the first half. We'll see if it stays the same here in the second. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, second half action between the Tufts Jumbos and Transylvania Pioneers.
me show you something. Let me show you something.
Welcome back, everybody, to Cousin Gymnasium here in the lovely town of Medford, Massachusetts. The Tufts Jumbos find themselves down by 1 against the Transylvania Pioneers out of Lexington, Kentucky. Andrew Howe alongside Scott Blatt, ready to take you through the second half of play. Scott, was a very back and forth half so far in the first half. As we head into the second, likely to see some more of the same. Hope we see some good basketball at the end of this.
Yeah, it's really interesting. What's especially interesting is that Transylvania is, of course, winning this game, but they're doing so without their typical three-point shooting. They're only 2 for 8 from behind the arc. That's way below their season average, which is almost 40%, and they've launched almost 43s last game, on pace, of course, to only launch 16 this game, and yet they're still winning. It just shows you how really well-rounded this team is. And if you're the Jumbos, you got to be a bit scared that they got to be able to keep this margin close, or else it could get away real fast if Transylvania finds their rhythm.
Same starting 5 for both squads as we start the second half of play. Lakin Ball will drive on the left side and pick up the first points for the Pioneers.
Well, that's not good if you're the Jumbos. Rosa was a step late, and there was absolutely no help there. It's way too easy to come out of the half.
Oh, and O'Brien gets picked by Kennedy Stacy, and she'll pick up a layup as well. I mean, 4 points for the Pioneers.
Again, really just unacceptable if you're the Jumbos. I mean, this is nothing new. They brought the full court press at the end of the first half. Sorry, can't have that sloppiness when you're down already.
Poindexter McCann will drive along the baseline. Kick out to O'Brien. Molly Ryan looking to make something work. The floater from the elbow is no good. Pick up by Stacy, and a foul is called against Poindexter McCann.
Jumbos just look a bit out of sorts like they did at the end of the first half. You would hope they'd be able to find their rhythm. At the very least, at the end of the first half, they really just went cold. It still felt like, though, they were able to move the ball effectively, generate some offensive chances. Right now, it seems like they're just out of rhythm overall, both defensively and offensively as well.
Kennedy Stacy with 12 points on the day. To Harris. Harris in the middle gets blocked up. Poindexter McCann will pick up the steal.
What a play. That was just an outstanding play by Poindexter McCann.
Jumbos with numbers. Molly Ryan for three, just a bit short. Rebounded by Rosa, and she picks it up. First points of the second half go to Sophia Rosa.
Good defense leads to better offense. Outstanding job by Poindexter McCann to take that pass away. And good offensive play by Rosa to crash the boards.
8:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Kellyan looking to drive. Gets the layup. Nice defense there by Rosa as O'Brien will pick it up. Once again, looking in transition. Molly Ryan again with an open three. And Molly Ryan this time will hit it from the outside.
Well, when Molly Ryan is shooting like that, the Jumbos are a hard team to beat. If they can get her going and keep her consistently going, they open up so many more offensive opportunities.
Ryan with her third three on the day, now at 9 points. Stacy goes out to Harris. Thornton looking to make a move with the mismatch against Molly Ryan, and she picks up 2 points.
Just a good recognition. The Jumbos have been willing to switch. Unfortunately, they got bit there.
Ryan again looking to work to the inside. Rosa gets tipped out, but it's staying right here.
Good idea by Molly Ryan, seeing the rotation there. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to get it cleanly to Rosa, but the idea was there, and that's again how you need to attack that zone.
Coach Julie Falks in her 8th season, trying to communicate with, I believe, her team. Jumbo's looking to either tie or take the lead depending on shot selection. Poindexter McCann takes the step outside the three-pointer line, but it ends up being only a 2. Jumbo's only now down by 1.
I think they gave her credit for a 3. Score reads 43-42. That might change.
Stacy with the 3 is off, rebounded by Russell. Maggie Russell with a quiet first half. Look to make some more impact here in the second. Ryan looking for an open woman. From the outside, Callie O'Brien misses on a 3. Rebound is fought for by Russell and Stacy, and the ball goes off the Pioneer.
Really good effort by Russell, knowing she can't grab it cleanly, but she swipes down, gets all ball, and knocks it right off the Pioneers.
They are ruling that last shot a 2. Score is now tied at 42. O'Brien kicks it out. Poindexter McCann will try again and knock it down again.
Really good offensive possession, and the jump, it just shows you don't need to pass inside to beat the zone. Every pass stayed outside the arc there. 3 crisp passes, and you get an open look.
Foul called on the floor. Madison Kellyan looking to create some pressure with the drive.
I believe they're going to get Poindexter McCann. Sorry, that would be O'Brien. 3rd on O'Brien, something to keep an eye on.
3 fouls on Callie O'Brien, 2 on Maggie Russell and Poindexter McCann.
And O'Brien will exit. Decker will come in to replace her.
7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Kennedy Stacy looking out. Kellyan once again guarded by Decker. Kellyan with the drive. The ball's going the other way. Really great defense coming out from Annika Decker. She regains possession for the Jumbos.
Pioneers coaching staff not thrilled with that call. And I don't know if I disagree with them. It didn't look like to me that the Jumbos had their feet set on that. They'll get the benefit of the doubt, though, and we'll take the ball back.
Poindexter McCann, not so lucky this time. Rebounded by Decker. The Jumbos will get the possession again. In the middle is Russell. One dribble, but 2 steps.
That's a problem. Her initial thought was pass, but then she realized halfway through that she was actually so open that she could easily go drive and get an easy floater. Unfortunately, she had already made that first step to release the ball, put the foot down without dribbling. Easy call.
Kellyan looking to work. Out to Stacy. A switch, but now Ryan's back on Stacy. Stacy with the runner. No good. Rebounded by Rosa. Now Molly Ryan looking to go for a play in transition. Kick it out, tipped away by Stacy. Nice play there by Transylvania to try and stop the fast break. Some substitutions here. Samantha Corneliuson entering the game as she will give Kennedy Harris a bit of a breather. Harris had 4 threes in the first half against Eastern Nazarene, has not had too much luck this game. Maggie Russell from downtown picks up 3 more points for Tufts. Foul called up front. It's going to be Decker that picks it up.
Not the worst foul. As you can see, Kellyanne had actually a pretty clear lane to the hoop there, so Jumbos will live with that foul because I think she probably had to if the play had kept going.
As Sophia Rosa exits the game, gets a nice ovation from the fans here in Cousins. He's put up a very good performance so far this game. Stacy looking to Thornton in the middle. Ball was tipped up by Poindexter McCann, but Thornton ends up getting the lay-in and timeout.
Just really an unfortunate break for the Jumbos there. Poindexter McCann, like you said, got a piece of that. Just happened to go straight to the Pioneers, but not really an issue defensively there. More just kind of just inadvertent dumb luck.
5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the third quarter as Jill Pace will call time for her team. But right now, Scott, Tufts Jumbos have taken this first half and really gone off on a really strong pace. They're scoring the ball, moving very well on offense, allowing for these open shots to come through, and they find themselves here with a 4-point lead. Yeah,
they've hit 3 threes in this half, and that's really carried them. They continue to outshoot the Pioneers, which obviously is not something we necessarily expected. At the very least, we thought the Pioneers, even if they didn't shoot well, they'd be putting up the volume to get a lot of points off those threes. Not so thus far. It's been a very different offensive attack than we saw against Eastern Nazarene.
Jumbos off the timeout will look to try and extend their lead just a little bit here in the third quarter. Decker picks up the risky pass, kicks out. Poindexter McCann will hit their third 3 of the quarter. Erin Poindexter McCann now has 16.
She cannot miss right now, and neither can the Jumbos. They've opened up a 7-point lead on the back of great passing.
About halfway through here in the third, Kellyanne looking to drive. The turnaround jumper is no good. Rebounded by Russell. Ryan looking to make some space. Kicks it out. Decker back to Poindexter McCann. Looks to turn. Looks to drive around.
What a
the
move.
Fake and the lay-in. It's all Erin Poindexter McCann here in the third quarter.
Just let her work. Just let her work. She's on fire right now. Keep finding her the ball and keep letting her score.
Transylvania trying to regain some momentum here. Stacy working on Russell. The lay-in goes
defense.
just wide, picked up by Decker. Jumbo's still trying to push the pace. Decker handling the ball. Find Alabrandi in the middle. Shot from the elbow is good. And it's all of a sudden a double-digit lead here for Tufts.
It's exactly like the first quarter. Alabrandi standing in the middle, dictating traffic. Good passing outside the arc, leading to open shots. Jumbos are in firm control right here.
Stacy guarded by Ryan. A switch here as Russell will tip the ball into the backcourt. Stacy's able to pick that one up. 13 on the shot clock here for Transylvania. Pass to the inside is broken up there by Russell. Kellyanne kicks out. Lakin ball a 3. Way off.
Really impressive by the Jumbos. Even on that kind of broken play, the Pioneers end up with the ball. A couple Jumbos hit the floor, but they really did a really great rotation.
Colby Shea enters the game as Molly Ryan will get a bit of a breather. 11-point lead here for the Jumbos with 3:50 left to go in the third quarter. Russell in the middle, finds a cutting Alabrandi who will lay it just out, but she finds the offensive board. Kick out, Poindexter McCann, pumps,
Traveled.
fakes, travels.
Yep, same thing we talked about in the first half. Both teams have gone bit with that a couple times, Tufts especially. A little over-eager, that initial step is going to get called a lot. You do have to respect the effort down there by Alabrandi after she missed the layup. To follow her own rebound, though, not let get down by missing the easy opportunity. Really appreciate the effort. The coaching staff will, of course, take notice.
In the middle, it's Ball. Guarded by Alabrani, but a nice move in the post will yield 2 points for Transylvania. Decker still looking to push. Poindexter McCann now getting a lot more attention on the defensive side of the ball. Kick out. Decker looking for Russell. Shot is no good. Transylvania will look to try and bring this lead back to within a reasonable margin. Kick out. Corneliuson with a deep three, and she banks it home. Samantha Corneliuson with her second three of the day. She is surely a threat from the outside.
Well, I guess maybe the banks are open on Sundays in Kentucky.
2:30 left to go here in the third. Alabrandi on the right side. We'll just take the mid-range, rimming out.
Alabrani is a good shooter, but I do want to see a little more passing. I think you would like to see some ball movement. They've been able to attack the defense with ball movement. Haven't seen it the last 2 or 3 possessions.
Stacey looking at the cross pass. Corneliuson with a step back, just a bit off. Nice defensive effort there by Colby Shea. Decker looking to move. Shea will go for the mid-range jumper, rimming out. Rebounded by Thornton. 2 minutes to go here in the third. Transylvania looking to slow down, want a score here to get the lead back to within 5. Thornton picks up the nice pass from Corneliuson and adds 2 more points on the board for Transylvania.
Good find. Corneliuson had the matchup there. She had inside position. It's an easy layup. All of a sudden, it's back to a 4-point game.
Alabrandi with the open look is no good. Thornton with the board.
Deja vu. This is exactly what happened in the Jumbos in the first quarter. You haven't seen any necessarily fall off on the offensive opportunities. They're just not hitting right now. They've gone cold again.
Corneliuson gets fouled at the top of the key. It's going to be Alabrandi that picks that one up.
And I think Coach Jill Pace recognizes that the Jumbos have gone a bit cold. You have 3 substitutions here, including Rosa and Ryan coming back into the game to create some offensive opportunities.
Ryan, Rosa, and O'Boyle entering the game again for the Tufts Jumbos. 1:20 left to go in the third quarter. Corneliuson guarded by Poindexter McCann. To the middle ball, pass gets broken up, but a foul's called on the inside.
I think it's staying here. I think they're going to get either Rosa or someone else. I think it's going to be Rosa. Yeah, Rosa down low.
And with the 5th foul of the quarter, it'll be Lakenball once again headed to the free throw line. Lakenball with 5 points and 5 rebounds so far today. Now 2 of 3 from the free throw line.
And it's back to a 1-possession game regardless of this one. 55-52 as it stands right now.
Second shot rims out. Kellyanne tried to get a bit tricky with that one, but the ball will land out of bounds. Last touch by the Pioneers.
Jumbo's fortunate to retain possession there, only still up 3, and frankly just have the ball right now. Watch out for the full court press. Keep the ball moving if you're the Bows. Good job.
Pushing the pace here. Shea on the left side. Back out to Ryan. Less than a minute to play here in Cousins in the third. Poindexter McCann will try another 3. Off the mark.
All of a sudden, despite what we really felt like was a really good quarter for the Bows, Pioneers have a chance to tie or take the lead.
Corneliuson. Kennedy Harris has re-entered the game. Looking for the drive, tried to find Bringard on the inside. Play is broken up, it'll stay right here.
28.7 left on the game clock, 8 on the shot clock.
Transylvania substitution for the game number 5, Madison Kellyanne, number 32, Ball.
Kellyanne and Ball will re-enter the game to try and give the Pioneers one last push before we head into the fourth. The
Nice
lob up
play.
for Thornton, and Deja Thornton banks it home.
Really well executed. A little fake over there, then Thornton makes a quick move. Just a well executed out of bounds play.
Jumbos can hold for 1. Ryan picks up the dribble.
Oh, look for the
O'Boyle
shot there.
will kick it. Poindexter McCann heavily guarded by Kellyon. Go for a bit of a drive. Ryan with the three. Air ball. Saved by Colby Shea. One last shot opportunity. Poindexter McCann from downtown is no good. And that's how the third quarter will end. A very strong opening by the Jumbos, but Transylvania answered right back, and we're once again back at a 1-point game as we head into the last quarter of action.
Yeah, that third quarter was like a microcosm of the first half, where the Jumbos really came out strong, hit their shots, played really great defensive effort, and really taking apart the Pioneers' defense. And then the second half of that quarter, just like the second quarter of the first half, kind of role reversal where the Pioneers started to get really good looks, hit their shots, and the Jumbos went cold. Again, I don't know if the Jumbos have struggled necessarily to generate opportunities. It just feels like they've been missing some of them. Been a bit streaky today. You want to see, but at the very least, it does mean that they have the opportunity to create points. They just need to keep finishing them and have their best players show up when it matters most, like they've been able to do, and like especially they were able to do yesterday against Brandeis.
10 minutes left to go here in Medford. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back with the final quarter of action. Back here in Cousins with the fourth quarter between the Tufts Jumbos and the Transylvania Pioneers. It's been a close one so far, 55-44. 10 minutes left to go. Tufts get the first possession of the quarter. Tufts looking to swing it. Decker finds Russell in the middle, kick out. Molly Ryan with 14 to shoot. Finds a cutting Rosa, but a nice defensive effort there by Kennedy Stacy to disrupt that play.
When Russell gets the ball, I want her to look more towards the basket. She keeps looking to distribute back out to the three-point line, except on that pass. I want her, even though it deflected out, Rosa didn't get the ball, she should keep doing that. Look inside, create inside opportunities.
Ryan finds O'Brien on the outside. 10 to shoot. Ryan looking for Rosa. Pull up from about 20 feet out. Shot rimming out. Rebounded there by Harris.
Kellyon not out to start this this quarter for the Pioneers. I expect she'll get a short breather, and there she comes back in, and she'll probably finish the rest of the game.
Harris finds some room. Out to Corneliuson. In the middle, Thornton. Pass was just a little bit too high, but it hits off of the leg of Maggie Russell.
Jumbos were about a half inch from getting the ball back. Unfortunately, on that last bounce, it just inadvertently hit Maggie Russell's leg. I think it was going to be Jumbo's ball either way. Now we've got 11 seconds left on the shot clock. See what the Pioneers can do. Last time they were down here, they ran a great out-of-bounds play.
Kellyon has re-entered the game. Lakin ball, missed to the ball. The ref says it was tipped, so she's able to go back into the backcourt to pick that one up.
I think as long as you don't have possession on the inbound, I think you're allowed to get it back.
Kellyon for mid-range is no good. Rebounded there by Annika Decker. Jumbo's looking around the perimeter. Ryan picks it up, pass in the middle. Maggie Russell will try from about 10 feet out, is no good. Thornton with the rebound.
That's what I want Maggie Russell to keep doing, though. She should keep looking towards the basket, find her shot, find a pass down low. She hasn't hit yet, but it's what the Jumbos need. It's good offense, and they should keep going to it, even if it hasn't bear its fruits yet.
Pass in the middle, Lakin ball gets open and gets the deuce. Transylvania has retaken the lead.
Jumbos can't let history repeat itself. This is too eerily similar to the first half. They need to get back into their rhythm, and that's not going to do it.
Tipped away by Kellyon, and she's got room. Madison Kellyon with the easy layup, and the Pioneers are up by 3. Jill Pace wants a timeout.
As she should. Jumbos have been too sloppy to come out. Not good passes. look, they've had a couple opportunities they didn't convert on, but they shouldn't get discouraged because of that. It feels like they are. It feels like they're trying to change something that isn't working. But the reality is their offense has been working. It's just that they've gone cold, they've been streaky, but they should keep going to it. And I think when they try to do too much like we saw just there, they get too fancy. They try to get away from what's been working. They throw the ball away, and now all of a sudden they find themselves down 3.
Really great opening for the Transylvania Pioneers, but for the Jumbos, you got to start banking on some of your offensive options here. Molly Ryan is 3 for 10 in this game with 9 points. Erin Poindexter McCann, the leading scorer across both teams, has started this fourth quarter on the bench, but as she re-enters the game here for the Jumbos, looking to try and add some more offensive firepower to the lineup.
Yeah, I think they really need her, and I really do think that Alibrandi I might want to put Alibrandi in again. She was really key in dissecting that zone. I wouldn't be surprised if they give her minutes, especially towards the end of the game, maybe giving her a longer extended rest now. But she was really good in breaking apart that zone and really adding a consistent offensive weapon in the middle of the floor.
Transylvania with the full court press. Jumbos have to get it over.
Court. Look at Molly Ryan. Yeah, there we go.
Ryan gets it to the half court mark. 8 minutes to go here in the fourth. Ryan kicks back to the middle. It's Poindexter McCann. O'Brien drives across the baseline, but steps out of bounds. It's going to go the other way.
Trying to do too much. The passes were there. When they had crisp passes on the outside the perimeter, when they played inside out with either whoever is in there, whether it be Russell, whether it be Alibrandi, they've gone away from that, and I don't know why.
Stacy guarded by Ryan. A switch on the outside. Harris gets it back to Kelly-On. 11 on the shot clock. Stacy again, cuts to the inside. Lakin ball, guarded by Rosa. Ball's gonna have to make a move. Will go for a pivot, takes a couple of steps, but a foul is called.
I think it's a foul.
Transylvania gets bailed out.
Look, I mean, if you look at Rosa's body language, I mean, you can tell. I think she's more disappointed that it happened before the end of the shot clock, but you don't see much of a fight, and it was a foul. It's unfortunate timing, but it's a good call.
Rosa with her first personal of the game as Lakin ball will head to the free throw line once again. Ball now with 9 points, 5 boards. She's been a very strong big man for the Pioneers so far this season. And she'll knock down both free throws. 7:10 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Look up top. Would like to see the Jumbos break that full court press with a little more urgency. I think they do well when they get the Pioneers out of rotation. When they go slowly up the court, they let the Pioneers get in set.
Poindexter McCann thought about it. Back into the inside is Russell, who kicks it out. O'Brien with 8 to shoot. Poindexter McCann will look to drive, pass to the inside. Rosa gets the 2-pointer on the layup.
It's all about the passing. That's the key for the Jumbos right now. They don't need to do too much with the ball. It's about movement off ball. It's about creating them space for themselves. That's exactly what we saw with Rosa there, and it's an easy 2.
Lead down to 3. Harris guarded by Poindexter McCann. Looks to drive, kicks it out. Kelly-On. Stacey looks for Thornton, who picks it up. Layup no good. Russell gets fouled on the rebound.
I believe that was that Poindexter McCann. Great rotation there to save an easy 2. Outstanding job and recognition. She has been the best Jumbos player on the floor offensively, and she's making key defensive plays as well, keeping them in this game.
Corneliuson re-entering the game here for Transylvania. Ryan looking to push and break the press early. Russell on the elbow.
She traveled again.
Travels again. It's been that kind of day for Maggie Russell on the offensive
Yeah,
end.
it's unfortunate because she has exactly the right idea. It's that look towards the basket when you get the ball. They're sagging off her. It's the execution that hasn't been there. But again, if she can get down the execution, she should keep going to that.
Ball guarded by Rosa. Take a shot at the elbow. No good.
Staying here. I don't know.
Another foul called, and it's going to go against Russell again.
I don't know if I saw that there.
Number 33, Manny Russell, her third, team second. Checking in for the Pioneers, number 24.
5:51 left to go here in this matchup between the Jumbos and the Transylvania Pioneers.
Personally, still surprised that Angela Alibrandi isn't getting more minutes in this fourth quarter.
We'll look to Thornton, but the ball is tipped up and secured by Sophia Rosa.
Can't do that when you have Rosa's height advantage. It's not going to work. Rosa does a good job. Really, that was thrown at her head, and she's just that tall.
Decker in for O'Brien now. Ryan looking to Rosa. 3, Poindexter McCann rimming out. Ryan fights for the offensive board, and she picks it up. Shot clock reset.
Love the scrappiness of Molly Ryan today.
Rosa turnaround jumper is pure. Jumbos find themselves within 1.
Sophia Rosa is making all the right plays right now. She's doing a really good job offensively and defensively, as we saw. She's been a key driver of this Jumbo's resurgence in the last 2 minutes.
About halfway through the fourth quarter here. Stacy, guarded by Ryan. Looks to push, turns around. Shot is no good. Fight for the rebound is secured by Molly Ryan. Jumbo's looking to retake the lead on this play.
Yep.
To the middle, it's Rosa. Pass gets broken up by Stacy.
Rosa didn't need that pass. She could have gone up. She had enough space there to find her shot.
Good defense there by Decker, making Kellyanne work a little bit. Stacy guarded by Ryan. Will look to drive. Layup no good. Rebounded by Ball, and she puts it home.
Look, Rosa's had a great game, but that can't happen. Either Rosa or someone else has got to get a better box out. That wasn't that crazy of a rebound, and it fell right to Ball.
4:15 left to go. Molly Ryan. Poindexter McCann looking for Rosa. She falls down. Ball was tipped by Ball, and so possession will remain here with Tufts.
Jumbos were looking for a call there. I'm not sure I saw too much. Might have been some feet tangling, but I think it might have just been kind of an accidental fall. Either way, they'll retain possession. 15 on the shot clock, 4:09 in the game.
Bringard replacing Daisha Thornton. With 4:09 left to play, pass is broken up, picked up again by Decker. Drive across the baseline. She'll find an open Molly Ryan. Shot is no good.
Same team.
Rebounded by Rosa. Just loses control of the ball as Ball will regain the board.
Need Russell and Rosa to talk to each other there. They both went for the ball and it ended up falling right to the Pioneers' hands, even though they both had a clean opportunity for a clean board.
Harris. Screen by Bringard. Poindexter McCann looking to fight for the ball. She picks up the steal. Jumbo's looking to move.
Find Rosa.
Poindexter McCann will take it herself. Rimming out.
They found Rosa.
Rebounded by Rosa, but the shot is no good. Bringard with the board. 3.5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Foul called on the outside against Annika Decker. Got to watch out. That's foul number 4.
Decker, her second, team third. Pioneer substitution, checking into the game, number 35, Daisha Thornton.
Jumbos need a stop here. Try and get their way back into this game. Try to retake the lead, regain control. Thornton on the inbound. Stacy looking for Thornton on the inside. Pass is broken up. Russell will secure it. And a timeout called by the Jumbos. They want to talk it over with 3:18 left to play here in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, the Jumbos have only scored, 4 points, I believe, in this quarter. So Jill Pace has had enough of that. She wants to draw up some offensive sets for the last 3 minutes here. Because 59 points, not only are they losing, but that pace is not going to get them to the finish line. You know this Transylvania team will score more points. It's almost inevitable. The Jumbos need to be able to match it with some solid offensive play to close it out.
Just a quick 30-second timeout, I believe, taken by the Jumbos here.
Let me show you something.
The referees are going to talk about it.
That definitely went off the Pioneers.
And it's staying in the Jumbo side of the court.
Exactly like we said. I mean, Poindexter McCann doesn't hit there, but you're okay with that shot. She's wide open. You'll live with that any day of the week, and you just hope some of them fall.
3 minutes left to play. Decker to Ryan. Russell looks to kick out. Annika Decker will take a three. No good. Rebounded by Thornton.
I still want Russell to look towards the basket. She has a lot of space to work with. I think she's gone and discouraged because she hasn't seen a lot fall. She's been called for a couple travels. That shouldn't discourage her. And
Kellyanne with the drive inside, picking up an easy 2 points for the Pioneers. Leads back up to 3. Poindexter McCann. Molly Ryan, lead up to 5 now, apologies.
Jumbos can't try to play hero ball.
Rosig's pass gets broken up.
Russell needs to dribble. She needs to dribble with the ball. I mean, in all seriousness, we know she's going to called for travels for not dribbling, but she has so much space in between her and the basket right now. And instead, she's always looking for pass, and it's an easy read for the Pioneers to take those passes away.
Foul call staying right here. Looks like it was away from the ball. Let's see who they call it on.
I think they're going to get ball.
Transylvania foul charge number 32, Lakin Ball, third, second.
Third personal for Lakin Ball. Ryan on the inbound. And for Decker on the outside. Into Rosa, the high post. Back inside, Alabrandi gets fouled, and she'll head to the line for 2.
And Alabrandi's back into the game like we expected to see her, at least see her some clutch minutes down towards the end of it. She's played really, really well this game. Let's see if she's the spark that those need.
Angela Alabrandi with 8 points and 3 rebounds. She's been a very solid forward off the bench as she knocks that one down. Trying to make this a one-possession game here in Cousins with 2:18 to play. (64-61). Stacy brings the ball up. Kellyanne is guarded by Decker. They like the matchup. Trying to make some room. Goes
Great
to the layup.
defense.
Contested heavily by Decker, but the rebound is there from Thornton. And Daisha Thornton gets fouled by Angela Alabrandi, and she will head to the free throw line.
That's really unfortunate because it really was great defense by Decker on a dynamic player. And just so unfortunate for the Bows. Thornton does a really good job to fight for that rebound, and she'll find herself at the line for 2.
Daisha Thornton approaching a double-double here. She has 10 points and 9 rebounds.
Yeah, she's been a force down low. The Bows have not really had a good answer for her despite having the height.
Thornton misses 2 of 2. Less than 2 minutes to play here. Jumbo's looking to try and regain the lead. And Jill Pace will take a timeout.
Well, I want to say, since Alabrandi's checked in, what have we seen? She's gone hard to the rim, gun fouled, 2 points, picked up the board down there. I love the way she's played this game. I think it's a great, I hope she stays in, frankly. I hope she stays in and closes out this game because the Bows have looked better when she's on the floor today.
Very close game between these two squads. And remember, Scott, this is the first time Transylvania has played anybody in the NESCAC conference, let alone the Tufts Jumbos. So this is a very interesting test for them as they head out here to the Northeast for just a little bit.
And we should acknowledge that these are some road warriors. I mean, they played an exhibition tour in Canada. It was exhibition games, so no recorded stats, nothing published online. Still, I mean, they played in Canada 3 games for however many nights that was. They came back, and now they're back in the Northeast again, having played on Friday. And so they've been traveling a lot, and you got to hand it to them. Either way this game shakes out, they've really given it their all, and they've looked really, really good.
Less than 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Jumbo's looking for something on offense. Decker to the middle. Alabrandi gets her own rebound. Turn around and shoot again. This time a different result.
I hate to be a broken record here, but Alabrandi has been unbelievable for the Bows. Completely different team once she's entered the game. It's all of a sudden back to a 1-point game.
Stacey to Harris. To the inside again. Daisha Thornton will kick it out. Kellyanne, guarded by Decker, 12 to shoot. Kick out, Stacy looking to drive, guarded by Ryan. She'll take a shot from the mid-range and it will rim right out. Jordan fights for the rebound, but it heads out of bounds. Jumbos will get the ball.
Well, it was a really good effort by Thornton down low. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to grab it. Ends up going off Kellyanne. Great defense overall. I've been really impressed by Annika Decker's defense, taking away Kellyanne's driving opportunities in these last few minutes. Oh, almost
Poindexter
got
McCann with the ball. Is that a quiet fourth quarter?
Jill Pace is not missing around. That's her third timeout in the last 3 minutes. And as it should be, I mean, I think the Bows have really struggled offensively. And so if you have the timeouts to burn, as the Jumbos do, you might as well go through them. Because in worst case, this game goes into overtime, they'll get an extra timeout anyways.
Only one timeout left here for the Jumbos, 3 left for the Pioneers. They have been content to just let the game play out the way that it's been going.
And since we've seen Angela Alibrandi re-enter this game at about, I think, the 2:18 mark. She has 4 points. She has an offensive rebound and a defensive rebound. And she's just been really, really solid for the Bows today. Not overwhelming on the scorecard. I think she has 12 total, Andrew. But she's just really been a key driver of this offense because she's been such a weapon. She's been such a threat that the Pioneers have to respect.
Alibrandi with 12 and 5 on the day so far. Also has 3 personal fouls with less than a minute left. Don't expect that to really play a role here in the late game situations.
And with 20 on the shot clock, there's plenty the Bows can do. I mean, it's almost enough time to run a complete offensive set because by the way they've been moving the ball up the floor with the full court press anyways, they've been starting most of their possessions about this much time left anyways.
Tufts will get at least one more possession after this one with 55 seconds left to go. Decker, guarded heavily by Kellyanne. In the middle, Alibrandi misses the shot, fights for the offensive rebound, but Kellyanne will pick it up. 40 seconds to go here in Cousins, and Transylvania is looking to push the pace.
Oh, whoa, that was almost a backcourt violation. Very nearly put her foot down over the backcourt.
Kellyanne looking to secure the win here for the Pioneers.
Those is no threes. You're okay with anything, just no open threes right now.
She wants to do it herself. Drives. Timeout called as the basket goes in.
Interesting to me. I don't know if I see the logic in that. I really don't, because now you're gonna have to reset under the basket. I mean, the one thing I will say is the Pioneers have had some great inbounds plays today. Maybe they feel confident they'll be able to get one off here, but I mean, I feel like, to me, up 1 point, Kellyanne, your best player, has the ball in the middle of a drive. You got to let her go to work. I'm not sure about this timeout, but maybe time will prove me wrong.
Play will resume with 17.8 seconds to play, 7 seconds on the shot clock.
And again, if you're the Jumbos, obviously no points is great. You still have a timeout, so you can call up a good play. But really what you're looking for is no threes. Obviously a 3 makes it a 2-possession game and really, really makes everything a lot more difficult. So take away the outside. You're okay with a less contested inside shot, where if worst comes to worst.
In a gritty quarter so far. Stacy on the inbound will look for Kellyanne. 7 to shoot. Kellyanne drives, falls over. Thornton picks up the board. They have to look for something. Shot clock's running out, and the Transylvania Pioneers will not get a shot. Shot clock violation. And the Jumbos will get possession with 11.2.
First of all, you hope Kellyanne's okay. She took a really hard fall there. It looked like her head almost ran right into Rosa's knee, which obviously could be really, really bad. Thankfully, it looks like she's okay, albeit a little banged up. I still don't understand the logic. I don't. If you're going to pass it to Kellyanne anyways and basically rerun the same play of trying to get her to drive, except you let the Jumbos get reset defensively. That's all that timeout really did. I can't say I understand it, but for the Jumbos' perspective, they'll take it. They got the ball. They've got 11.2 seconds. That's plenty of time, and they've got a lot of offensive weapons out there.
Got to wonder what kind of lineup that Jill Pace will want to send out there for the Jumbos on this last possession of regulation.
But I think you got to go with your best offensive players. With 11.2, and what you should expect, I think, a Pioneers timeout should you get a basket with any time left. And with 11.2, you can operate inside, you can operate outside. You don't need shooters only. As we do see, I believe the same lineup will head out onto the floor.
Callie O'Brien, who hit the game winner against Brandeis yesterday, not present in crunch time of this matchup. 11.2 on the clock. Jumbo's looking to end it here.
Wouldn't be surprised if they go down low. Maybe it's fine, Rosa.
Molly Ryan with the ball. 6 seconds on the
little faster
clock.
than that.
Looking for Poindexter McCann, who finds Rosa on the inside, and she gets it in! Sophia Rosa gives the Jumbos a 1-point edge with 1.3 on the clock.
Great job by the Jumbos. I don't know if I can emphasize that enough. Outstanding job. It took them maybe a little too long, but what really ended up happening was they got the Pioneers a bit scattered. Pioneers were running around on the outside, and that left a lot of space down low. And you can lob a pass above everyone else's head because Rosa's going to be there to catch it. Outstanding play. The Jumbos have a 1-point advantage, 2.3 left on the game clock.
And you said it, Scott. The Jumbos wanted to rely on the bigs there, down low on the last possession of the game. So far this season, it's been a lot of Molly Ryan, a lot of Callie O'Brien, but the forwards for the Jumbos has come up huge this game.
Well,
Angela Olibrande with 12, Sophia Rosa now with 17 after that make.
Well, it's just the way this game script has gone is that the Jumbos, when they've gone cold, when they've been able to keep themselves in the game, it's by finding the big women down low. And that's specifically been Rosa, as you said, mentioned with 17. It just makes sense that if you don't have that much confidence in your shooters and or the Pioneers have been able to take those open looks away, go to what's worked, no need to change things up. That's exactly what they did, and it paid off.
Still a lot of time left on the clock, though, Scott. 2.3 has been the time that the refs have decided on after that make from Sophia Rosa.
Yeah, they gave them the timeout right as the basket went in. They gave them an extra second. We will see. I think they get the ball side out, so they have an opportunity here. If they can get an open shot, it's going to be tough, so the Jumbos need to be really good. They need to follow the shooters.
Thornton, Ball, alongside Stacy, Callion, and Harris are the 5 on the floor for the Pioneers. 2.3 left on the clock. Any shot will secure the win. Thornton on the inbound. Looks for Callion, has to turn around, has to shoot. Goes for the running layup, and she gets it to go. The game winner, Madison Callion with the killer, as Transylvania will take the victory over Tufts, 66-65 the final.
Wow. Great players do great things in the biggest moments, and Callion showed she's the best player on the court right now. Had struggled offensively, especially shooting the ball, but they gave it to her when time mattered, and she went to work. Great defense, not much you can do. It's just a great shot.
What an ending to this game. The Jumbos will take their first loss of the season, and Transylvania will remain undefeated at 3-0. What a performance from the Pioneers, showing up against the number 2 ranked team in the country.
And look, I think the Pioneers, I really did think that decision to call that timeout on that Callion drive would hurt them. But I think Callion, maybe she took that personally. Either way, they put it in her hands. And at the end of the day, if you put it in your best player's hands and they win you the game, you just have to tip your caps. That's what happened, and congrats to the Pioneers on a well-played game.
Yeah, a great defensive effort there from the Jumbos on the last possession, but at the end of the day, the shot just went through, and sometimes that's what happens here in the game of basketball. But the Jumbos, they'll definitely be back. They'll definitely be remembering this game as they look to continue their season on that upward trajectory. But with that will be the end of our broadcast here on JumboCast. I'm Andrew Howell alongside Scott Blatt. Wanted to thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next time here in Cousins.